Well, I was in Edinburgh for 10 or so years and I was keen for a change of scene. I've always wanted to live near the coast, and the major cities of Newcastle and Sunderland are both extremely near the coast. It was a bit of a U-turn from my original career path actually as a junior doctor. Renal medicine is very varied, and you spend time in the hospital but also a good amount of time in the outpatient department, and there is a good amount of procedures which require a bit of skill to learn and to master. I like that variability in the specialty. You get to know your patients really well, and I think that's probably one of the major draws to renal medicine. You can meet a patient and they can be your patient for years, and you take them through their journey from having kidney disease, maybe they need dialysis, maybe they get a transplant. You're with them every step of the way. You really get to know them, you get to know their families. I think that's a special part of the speciality that people might not be aware of. It's varied, so it's not the same day to day. There's lots of different aspects, and then there'll be a ward round usually for a few hours in the morning. Oftentimes in the afternoon there's a regional meeting that I can sign into on Teams where we discuss biopsies or cases. It might be a procedures list or a clinic. The clinics are also very varied. There's vasculitis, there's dialysis, there's general nephrology, there's transplant. So there's lots to do on a day, and I wouldn't say that any day is the same. A large part of the teamwork is what drove me to do renal medicine. I was here as a trainee, a general medical trainee a few years ago, and the kindness and the teamwork that shows here definitely put me down the path of renal medicine. It does feel like a tightly knit unit where everyone needs to get on, and everyone does get on to provide best care for the patient. The region is extremely supportive with study leave. There's lots of research opportunities. The professors in the departments are very contactable, they're very keen. They've always been so engaging with me when I've been interested. I would suggest get chatting to your local renal team. I'm sure you'll be surprised at how supportive they are. Certainly for myself, when you show some interest in the specialty, the team here were so welcoming and got me involved in projects, got me involved in procedures, watching what they do on a day-to-day basis. That's the number one best thing. If you do that, you can start building up your portfolio with getting involved in these renal-specific audits, QI projects, and that just helps build up your portfolio. You can see when the students, it's almost like they come and then at some point in time they start to think, maybe this would be a nice job. And I think that is because the team is so supportive. So reaching out to your local team would be my top tip. Just now I have moved to about 5 minutes away from the sea, and I do a lot of surfing, so that's extremely handy for me. I never quite thought I'd be able to do that. Part of that is the cost of living around the northeast. It's very affordable compared to big cities like Edinburgh and London. I never thought I'd quite be able to live in such a nice place. On top of that, you've got the countryside up north in Northumberland, which is very accessible, and the major cities are a metro ride away. I come to work at Sunderland. Sometimes I bring my surfboard in the car and go to the beach after work. I don't think there's too many places you can do that. So yeah, essentially I feel very lucky to have almost stumbled into the northeast, and I think I'll be here for a very long time. I'm confident if you come to the northeast and North Cumbria for your training, I'm sure you'll find your place.